I'm not a good. I think I'm after doing so much education, I don't feel like reading. As I start reading, I fall asleep. So yeah, but when I'm wide awake and when I feel really interested, I read one chapter at a time.
Mm.
It's very interesting, though. Very
Mm.
interesting. Even what is that Donna Dolores? Like, what is her name?
Dolores Cannon.
Yeah, Dolores Cannon. Even some of the videos are so in depth, and it kind of hard to believe that she can relate and do so many things.
Mm. Yeah.
Do you want to get started, Satyaji? Already
Yeah,
9.
yeah. Yes, 9:05.
Thank you.
Just
Yeah.
waiting. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Namaste. Welcome to the session. So, thank you so much for taking time to join. So, before we start, anyone have any questions? Anything you'd like to share? Okay. All right. So, today's topic is energy draining. So, how we drain the energy. So, through the meditation, we are accumulating the energy. We are accumulating the cosmic energy. Now, we are going deep into it, like how to save that energy. It is like you can think like we are filling the bucket with the clean water, but if it has holes, if the bucket has holes, even though how much ever you fill, it never fills because it has a holes. So similarly, we are accumulating every day through meditation, we are accumulating the cosmic energy. So now we need to find out, self check if we have a holes anywhere, if we have, are we draining any energy throughout the day. So if you have the drain, if you figure out any drains, you need to seal them. You need to stop draining them. Then you can accumulate more energy, and then you progress. You will see the progress in your day-to-day practice. So today we are going deep into the energy drains. What is the energy drain? How does it affect our life? And what are the practices? Uh, how can we stop draining our energy? Okay. So there are three ways. The energy drains happens in three ways. It happens at the physical level, it happens at the mental level, and emotional level. So, and what is energy draining and how it will happen? It will happen so gradually. The gradual leak happens. Energy draining isn't always a dramatic, actually. We don't even notice sometimes. We don't even know that this is energy draining. That's how it will happen. It is a very slow daily loss of vitality through habits, through people, and through situations that take more than they give. Physical, as I said, it will happen at the physical level, mental level, and emotional level. True depletion happens across all three dimensions, which means it happens at the physical level, mental level, emotional level. Ignoring any one layer keeps the drain running, often invisible. Actually, most of the time, 90%, 95% of the time, people they don't even recognize they're draining their energy. So it is very, very common that it is very, very invisible actually. Many drains are normalized. For example, checking your phone 80 times a day. That is a complete energy draining because wherever the energy goes, there the energy flows actually. Wherever, so saying yes when you mean no, your heart kept telling that don't go or don't pick up the phone, but you think of like social circumstances, what the other person might say. Maybe I must pick up the phone, I must talk, even though your heart is saying no, no, no. You are like you pick up the phone or you go to the party, you say yes, even when your heart is saying no. So that is a complete drainage. And skipping the sleep for productivity, working overnight will totally drain you because if you don't have the proper sleep, that will drain you a lot. And reversible with awareness, identifying your specific drains is a first step to plugging them. So what you can name, you can change. First of all, you need to identify where is this drain is happening. Exactly, like if you charge your phone every day, right? So if you are using the phone 24 by 7, what happens? it will not last longer. Actually, the battery runs out so quickly. Similarly, through so many things day to day, so the amount of meditation, through amount of meditation we are getting the cosmic energy, and through sleep we get 20%. And when you are using for 24 out of 24 hours, 12 hours, if you are keep using your body, mind, emotionally, so you obviously drain a lot. And on top of that, we use lot of unnecessary things in our day to day life, like something like using the phone, talking to the people, going to the party when we don't feel like going there. These kind of things or energy, it will drain you even more faster. So you need to identify yourself where you are draining your energy. So I will go little more deeper in the next slides. So what are the six major energy drains? Number one, poor sleep, toxic relationships, digital overload, negative thinking, poor nutrition, no boundaries. These are all top major energy drains. Poor sleep. At least we need some poor sleep also. Nothing but like, if you sleep 9 hours, 10 hours, that doesn't mean that it's a poor sleep. The quality of sleep that you are getting is very, very important. Yeah, Lakshmi Garu, any question?
You said how much do we get during daytime and when we sleep, the cosmic energy, you said some percentage, right?
Right. So
Uh-huh.
what happens was through meditation, we when we empty our mind, we get the cosmic energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when we are sleeping, your mind is not empty. You still keep on thinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means you don't get 100% energy when you are sleeping. You get only certain amount of energy
Mm-hmm.
because your mind is still awake. So only in meditation you try to keep your mind empty, sleep, like calm your mind. So in meditation you get more cosmic energy than sleep.
Okay. Yeah. Uh, okay.
So
Thank you.
poor sleep. So because of the poor sleep, so we poor sleep is nothing but like let's say if you had a rough day and you were like used to spoke to somebody or you fight with somebody, and then when you go to the sleep, what happens? You don't sleep well, obviously, because it becomes so much disturbed sleep. So that will drain you even more. So obviously you will face the health issues and challenges that will impact on your body and mind and soul as well. So what happens? What are the key impacts of the poor sleep? Cognitive fog, decision making, memory, and focus all collapses after poor sleep. Emotional dysregulation, irritability, anxiety, low mood spike dramatically. So many people get this anxiety, irritability. Also, it's because of their then energy levels are down. That if they don't have, if you also can practice it, when your energy is down, when your energy is down, you get irritated so easily. That is because you don't have enough energy in your body. Physical breakdown, immune function drops, cortisol rises, recovery slows, obviously. That is why when somebody is ill, the doctors recommend to get more rest. So that when we are more rest, when we are more calm, we will be able to recover so much faster. So, how to fix it? Set a consistent sleep, wake up time, cut screen 60 minutes before bed, keep room cool, and also I suggest that meditate before going to bed at least 30 minutes and notice if your sleep quality has been increased or not. Just keep on experimenting on yourself how you are doing, like how is your next day when you meditate and sleep, how is your day when you don't meditate and sleep. Experiment it on yourself. And number two, toxic relationships. And this is one of the most important drain that many people will have it. They don't even know that the energy is draining. So emotionally, emotionally it will drain us. Constant giving, like especially to the family, we think that we need to give the family, even though it's beyond our boundaries, we go and we give. We think that it is love, but it is not love. It is like you need to have one-sided relationships leave you empty and resentful. You need to think before you giving, whether it is worth or not. Am I giving constant giving? Like, why I'm doing this? Am I draining after this or not? You need to do the self check. Walking on eggshells, hypervigilance around certain people burns massive energy. Check your energy levels when you are with a certain people, especially in the relationships with your family and extended family and friends. How your energy levels when you are with a certain people, how is your energy levels when you are with other set of people, how is your energy people when you are with the party, when you are in the party, when you are the get togethers, how your energy levels. So check your energy levels with whom, so you can notice it. When you are with the friends, how are you feeling? When you are with the colleagues, how are you feeling? When you are with family, how is your energy levels? Is it down? Is it up? And observing negativity, chronic complainers and critics lower your own mood status. So when you are with a certain people, especially people who always complain is nothing but a lower energy. When you are with a certain negative certain people who always complain, it will always drain you out, because that is a lower frequency. They are bringing you down. Even though you meditate and you are trying to increase your energy levels, when you are with the low vibe people who always complains, who always judge somebody, they automatically bring you down, unless you are very centered and observing mode. If you are not in that centered and observing mode, when we are indulged in their conversation, we automatically brought it down to their lower level of energy. So you have to be very careful, like, what kind of people you are surrounded with, what kind of conversations you want to participate. So you need to be very careful in that. So how to fix it? You have to check, as I said, you need to constantly check yourself, how I am feeling when I'm with these people, when I'm with certain people, when they are complaining, how my energy level after I'm done with their conversation, how I am, especially when you are listening uplifting conversation, positivity, when you are with the positive people, how is your energy levels, how is your enthusiastic. Number 2, practice saying no. If somebody is, as I said, if somebody is inviting you to the party, or to their house, or to have a call, or go somewhere, your inner guidance is saying that no, don't go, don't be with that people, don't be with that person. But for the sake, you want to please them, you want to go with them, you want to make them happy. When you go with them, what happens is, that your soul is saying don't go, but you are not listening to your soul and you are going them. So you're basically your energy is draining, you are lowering your energy levels down. So limiting exposure to the chronic complainers. So try to limit, especially some people in our life. They simply call you and dump everything, whatever complaints, whatever the things they have in their life, they dump it on you. They call you whenever they are down, and they always complain about their family or something. And so when you hear those kind of lower conversation, what happens is you lower down your vibration. So be careful. Be careful with this kind of people. Try to limit your exposure to these complaining things. Somebody has any question? I see something in the chat. Oh yeah, Sophia. I let go of 20% of my clients there. Good job, Sophia. Nice. So number 3, digital overload. This is the biggest challenge nowadays for anybody. Keep on checking the digital things, attention fragmentation, every alert. Our mind automatically tells when we hear some sound, like, oh, what's happening? Did somebody ping? Did somebody message? What is the mail? And it is, our mind is always curious mind. When we hear alert, we wanted to check. Of course, our energy is constantly draining when we think that I need to check my phone, I need to check my messages. It's draining. So be mindful to use your digital things. Comparison fatigue, scrolling triggers social comparison, lowering self-worth. Actually, on this one, there is this guy, he's very young in India, so I forgot his name. Beer Biceps, I think. Beer Biceps, his YouTube channel. He made a video actually, on how this. how this scrolling and how the dopamine works, especially social media, how it will brought us down. He made a documentary in his channel. So maybe if I try to find, I will find it and I'll share it in the group. Such a beautiful documentary how dopamine releases when we are scrolling triggers. It is like a slowly it will make us get into the habituated check scroller. If you see the scrolls, the Instagram or YouTube shorts, it is like not even 1 minute, 30 seconds, 20 seconds. We are like, keep on scrolling, scrolling. What happens is the dopamine releases every time the brain, but that is not a right dopamine, he says. In that video, he beautifully explained how this will affect on our body, mind. So digital overload is like, try to limit yourself to use these phones and all these things that will drain lot of energy. Set phone free morning and evening. What is a rush to see the messages in the morning? And try to limit before you go to the bed also. Turn off non essential notifications. Use app timers for social media. So this is like, all the we all know that it will drain the energy, but like, we have to set ourselves to make it into the practice, put it into the practice. So number 4, negative thinking. So this is another biggest drain. That is, it won't show up, but it will happen inside of us. Like, it will catastrophizing. Your brain treats worst case scenarios as a real threat. Negative thinking is the biggest threat, biggest drainer, I would say. It will keep on illuminating, like, as it will, like, if there is any bad situation, negative situation happened, our brain keeps telling us this happened to you, this happened to you. It's like, replaying the problems burns the energy. It will burn so much energy. And inner critics. And if you talk yourself so harsh, that is another biggest flaw, I would say. Don't ever do that. Critic don't ever criticize yourself. That is a complete low grade stress response, so please don't do that. So how to fix that? So average person has 60,000 thoughts per day. So that is why meditation helps to clear all these negative thinking, negative thoughts every day that we accumulate in our brain. And 80% of the thoughts are negative by default. So you have to, this is again self check comes in. So you have to think whether I'm thinking negatively or positively. How are my thoughts in every situation? That is again self check. You need to constantly self check yourself. How are my thoughts in this situation? How did I think? Whether my thoughts are positive or negative, whether my thoughts are uplifting me, empowering me, or lowering me down. So you need to self check on that. Practice thought labeling. Observe and don't judge your thoughts. Just observe, how are my thoughts, whether they are positive, whether they are empowering, whether they are lowering or not. Label your thoughts. Yes, okay, these thoughts are, I am feeling guilty. Yes, these, you can just say that I am okay, these thoughts are arising now, like lowering thoughts are coming. This is not me, I am the soul, so this is not me. You have to constantly remind yourself that your thoughts are not real you, the soul is real you. And cultivate gratitude. Then as soon as you are negative, like, let's say that you have got couple of negative thoughts in your brain, like, something like, oh, I'm not good enough, or something, whatever it is, I am bad. So immediately cultivate the gratitude or think positively, like, say, you can think the positive affirmations, or think like whatever the good things you have in your life. Shift your consciousness towards the positive side, so that way you can overcome the negative thinking. And poor nutrition. So very sugary food, of course, not drinking enough water, taking the processed food will definitely poor nutrition. If our gut, our, if our gut is healthy, then our brain works even more better. So in fact, the gut is said like our second brain. So we have to nourish our body so properly. Take vegetables and fruits, stay hydrated, and reduce the processed foods. So yeah, poor gut health, brain fog, energy crashes, these are also like happen for the energy drains. No boundaries, another biggest thing, many people they don't even realize that having a boundary is something like a selfish thing, but not at all. Saying yes to everything is a another biggest drain. So saying no to yourself. Saying yes to everything means saying no to yourself. So you should be your first priority no matter what. So you need to be make sure that with whom I'm saying yes, whom I'm saying no. People pleaser, people pleasers report higher rates of burnout. Overcommitment reduces quality of all outputs. Lack of boundaries is the number one driver of resentment. So chronic overextension, committing beyond capacity, leads to exhaustion and resentment. Lost personal time. Without space to recharge, depletion becomes the fault. Identity erosion. Always meeting others' needs means never meeting your own. So setting the boundaries is very, very important. In fact, I will give another class on the how to set the boundaries, why boundary setting is important. This is like in the airplane, especially in the airplane when we are going, they demonstrate that if there is something wrong, the masks will fall down. So there they will say that first you need to put the mask and then help others, right? So when it comes to the boundaries also, first you need to choose yourself first before you are giving your time for others. You need to give time for yours. If you don't give time for yours, how can you give time for others? So, no matter what, first choose yourself, then help others. First fill your cup, then help others. So, set the boundaries. Check yourself where I'm saying yes, even when my soul is saying no. So, keep a strong boundaries. So use let me get back to you as a pass tool. Protect non-negotiable recovery time. Say no to one thing this week. So start practicing slowly. It won't happen all of those things at one point. At least start integrating at little by little. Start saying, giving time to yourself, saying no, gently no. So, your energy drain assessment, poor sleep, toxic relationships, digital overload, negative thinking, poor nutrition, and no boundaries. So, you can, these are all like, I just put it on so that you can cross check yourself, audit and awareness, plug the leaks, build resilience, at least add one daily recovery ritual. Just set a goal for yourself, like today I will choose myself, I'll choose peace, I'll choose the love, something like that. Set one goal for yourself and start work on that. So eventually every day when you start working on these things, eventually we will be able to live so happily, and we will be able to prioritize ourselves. You can identify your top two drains, write down one habit to stop these kind of things. Everybody knows that, but we need to put into the practice. So energy is act it like your energy is the currency of your life. So spend it so wisely. When somebody asks you to do something, when your heart is saying no, think like in terms of this energy. Energy is your precious money. It's like a diamond. Should I give my time to them or not? So spend your energy so wisely. This is your asset basically. Okay, I will stop here. Remember, protecting your energy isn't selfish, it's essential. So, anybody have any questions? Anything you would like to share?
Thank you, Satya. I think it's very relatable to most of us, I would say, just
Mhm.
because we all face that. I think it's
Yeah,
good to hear them out, right? But that's also acceptance that oh, this happens, right? So, and I can share one simple thing, right? In especially the one you said, draining your energy with negative and all, right? So, I mean, I used to think, especially with relatives and all, that um, I can take negatives from my immediate family and others, and then I will make them positive. How I'm more like a listener. So
Mm,
if in my family also, like, oh, either my sister, my mother and all, like my I mean, till last 6 months, I was more that, okay, I'll listen to all their worries
mm,
and then I'll not share my worry, right? So I'll
yeah,
just ingest that and I'll try to process it and help them out. But it kind of goes like the way you're saying, it goes in a different direction because it starts impacting your own health. Because if you're just indulging into just taking negatives and not doing anything to make it positive, then it's basically draining you out. So I failed miserably in that. So I think
no, no,
that's one thing. And then
yeah,
the moment like you said, that anything starts with realization, and then you start improving that, okay, I should not do that, right? So you can't solve all the problems. So you don't need to engage in those things, right?
correct,
So,
correct. So I used to have this friend. So always she calls me. I used to be a biggest people pleaser. So she used to call me, and I used to think I was nice to her. And whenever she has a problem, she calls me and she dump everything on me. I was like, I started practicing meditation. So then I started telling her, why don't you practice the meditation? But she's not interested to practice meditation. Every time she calls, same problem, keeps on telling me. I was like, same answer. Why don't you practice meditation? No, they don't practice the meditation. Then I decided I don't want to engage my time with these kind of people anymore, because when I try to give the solution to your problem, you don't take this advice, but you just keep on calling me and dumping everything on the people. So that is kind of,
yep.
we have to set the strong boundaries. Say no, I'm not engaging these kind
Yeah,
of
friends you
with.
can do, but family it's difficult. Right? So I think
Yeah,
that's why.
family is
But
different.
it's still you can like I think you mentioned and someone mentioned you can avoid those conversations so that you
Correct.
don't need to
Or you
indulge
can,
in.
especially if it is a family, you can switch the conversations to different topic.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Ankarji. Sai Lakshmi,
Hi Satya, how are you? So,
wonderful.
my question is like yesterday we were discussing about karmic reasons for why the relations end up or do not improve or whatever, right? So, like when toxic relations, like you mentioned today, so I was in a situation like multiple people use me. I always prioritize myself to the bottom, and I always gave importance to other. And that friend, the if I'm in a situation where I cannot do for them, then that relationship ended. So it was kind of situational. No one wanted to understand why I was not able to attend to their needs or what. And it is not one or two people. Like it has happened. So like toxic relations, if we are ending, so do we still need to apologize? Is it a karmic bond or like I don't? I'm not. I'm getting mixed up with this, like with yesterday's and with today's
So
topic.
is it ended by you, or is it ended by them?
No, like the moment I say no, or it's not a direct no. Like I explain my situation at this moment, I cannot help you. So that they don't want to listen to the explanation.
Hmm.
So they just say they ended and they completely. So it was it has been multiple times and with different peoples. So like now I have started like setting that boundaries and limits, saying okay, it's better to not to develop to that deep extent and then come back. Instead be firm initially, it is better. Either it is growing or it is subsiding, I don't care. But is it a karmic bond? That is what I wonder. Or do we need to apologize for that?
No, it depends on whether if it is a family, it's different actually. Depends whether it is a karmic bond or they are here to teach you the lesson. So
Uh-huh.
you need to find out. But if they, when you say no, if they are ending, so whether it is a friendship or something,
Mm.
then why do you feel bad? It is for the good reason, right? You cannot constantly giving something to, make others happy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So then
Yeah. True.
that's a good thing is happening for you. So think the positive side on that. You don't have to be apologize, especially when your intention is
Yeah.
right. You don't have to apologize on that.
Okay. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, that was like yesterday's I had a very different experience, and with today it is more connected topic, like, yeah. So I
Mm.
was like, yeah, thank you for that answer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, important to look within ourselves. That is correct. Thank you, Shilji. That is why any answer, like, as Shilji is absolutely right. So all the answers are within us. So you need to ask that question, why these people are, like, going out, going away. Okay. Supriya, please go ahead. Supriya, unmute yourself.
Yeah, sorry, I was muted and talking. I have a question. The same topic today I related. Sometimes we are talking with our parents, right? Even though you are in a difficult situation, sometimes parents demotivate. If not in single time, multiple times. Whenever you are talking, they are demotivating, and I personally, I felt sometimes drained out. How will handle that situation?
So Sophia saying we don't have to be liked by everybody. That is 100% true. So observe, Supriya. Increase your
Yes.
meditation level and be in the observing mode. So,
Okay.
and I told you the other day I spoke about the soul stages, right? Not everybody at the same level. Some people are at the lower level, like, no, at the
Yeah.
infant stage, baby soul. So their conversations are completely different, especially when our family is, like, when they're talking negative, switch the topic or be in the observing mode.
Yeah, I was doing that, trying to avoid that topic and switching that topic and um, talking less time and I making some excuses, even not to demotivate and all, but still it's continuing again and again. Yeah,
Mm.
I know it's hard, but we need to find out the way how to protect our
Mm.
mostly emotional
Yeah,
situations.
don't take it hard. That is
Yeah.
why this four agreement book will help you out.
Okay, sure, sure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Sumega.
Hi. For was it Supriya ji who was
Yeah,
asking the question?
Supriya ji.
So I have
Yes.
felt. Can I say something
Yeah.
for your situation? I think I
Okay.
have personally gone through it with my parents and other close people as well. There are two things. One thing is sometimes people, when they are in super anxiety and when they are not happy, they try to dump, right? Always try to just tell to you all the things because they are scared that, oh, it won't happen, right?
Yeah.
But it's on you if you cannot bear it, because you need support too. Rather than getting support, you are actually getting negative things from them. So you can politely say to your even parents, which is really really hard. At least in my
Yeah.
life it was very hard to say no to my parents. But when I started saying it, within couple of months, they don't tell it to me anymore. The relationship has improved a lot, and I don't have that resentment or anger or outburst for them anymore. Neither they do. But that transition period was very heavy for a couple of weeks. Whenever I would
Mhm.
say no, Daddy, I don't like this. Mummy, when you do this, I feel this. Rather than blaming, keep it short, one or two sentences. And this is how I dealt with like very big emotions with my parents. And that has helped me a lot. And if they get more angry on that, which is, I think they might, which they usually do, it should
Mhm.
it should calm down in couple of months. If they don't, then it's okay. You can always respect them, but you always can say no. And not that I am not in a right mood to talk to you right now. I'm not in a good state to talk to you, and I don't want to be very disrespectful to you. I care for you. So it's best that I don't talk to you right at this time. If you need me, let me know.
Yeah,
Very,
yeah,
very neutral, very caring message. But you have to protect yourself, even if they have given birth to you. You know, that sanskar of always worshipping them. Well, they are humans,
yeah,
right? They are not
yeah,
God. So they
yeah,
mistake, they make mistake, and we keep parents on, God position.
yeah, yeah,
But they are humans. They can make mistake. It's like very, yeah, it's hard, tricky. But don't be guilty and be
yeah,
polite
yeah,
and say that. And I personally experienced this. That's why I'm able to share. Thank you.
yeah. Thank you so much, Sumeka. Thank you,
Yeah,
Satya.
Sumega, that's a beautifully explained. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
So,
I
so
think,
much need to learn from you.
yeah, even for me also, when I have when we argue with the siblings, if we have anything, I tell them I respect you as my brother or whatever it is. Since we have conversation whenever it end up being argumentative, that's why I try not to call you and have a conversation. Yes, when if you talk nicely with respect, and we can have differences we agree on, but I think one way blaming doesn't work. So I used to stop talk. I didn't speak for a long time. Yes, I do speak when I need something. I say, this is, I already put down the boundary. This is what we are talking. I don't want any sarcastic comment or anything. And it works. It has worked for me. But still, there is in and out, like sometimes slips, but I'm being very firm. It really helps.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Wonderful, everyone. All right. Thank you, everyone. Let's